All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Heat number 1. Matt Moniak and Ed Sr. are on the front row. Moniak will not start. Jess Childs and Ryan McDaniel have the second row. David Lux, Brian Hewitt on the third row. Scott Snodgrass and Nolan Perry have the fourth row. Brandon Murphy and Edmund Jones round out the field. JR, let's hear your prediction, buddy. With Moniak not in the race, that will move Jessica Childs up. She will start on the pole. If anybody else has a prediction, drop in the comments, let us know. Or just let us know who you're cheering for here tonight. Tina, as always, cheering on Ryan McDaniel. JR predicting McRecken for the win. Here we go. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air there, underway at Lanier. Three-wide battle, mid-pack, Scott, Brian Hewitt, and Ryan McDaniel. Hewitt comes out ahead, pulls up into third as Jessica Childs battles with David Lux for the lead. Lux pulls out ahead, Childs still up on the high side. Hewitt slips by into second and sets the fastest lap. Brandon Murphy around in turn 3. He is in the pit road wall. Yeah, he's just parked it there at pit road entry. David Lux holds on to the lead. Hewitt in second. Perry in third. Kenny Storkson cheering on McRecken here tonight. Moniak cheering on Nolan Perry as Perry battles for second. But David Lux has the fastest lap of the night so far with 2 to go. Lux opening up a gap on Hewitt. And white flag is in the air one more time around. Can Lux hold him off just a little longer? David Lux will win Heat 1. Brian Hewitt coming home in second. Nolan Perry finishes third. Jessica Childs comes home in seventh in her debut. Here we go. Heat number 2. Steven Seams and Adam Clark on the front row. Becky Snodgrass, Dean Buck on the second. Brad Roning, Richard Young on the third row. Vern Spring and Chance Madrick on the fourth. Andrew Thornton and Kyle McRecken Martin rounding out the field. All you McRecken fans, get ready. He'll start at the back and try and fight his way to the front. Steven Seams did not take the grid. The inside line will move up. So Becky Snodgrass and Adam Clark will have the front row. Sorry, JR. Here we go. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. Heat 2 underway. Becky leads them through 1 and 2. Adam Clark went up the track. Slips back. Now Ronning on the attack. Ronning starting to put the nose underneath Becky. May gotten too low. Holds on to a little bobble out of 2. McRecken on the move. Chance Maderick also on the move. Vern Spring now battling Becky for the lead. Becky stuck in the middle. Clark now back to the outside. Whoa, close calling. Vern checked up. Becky gets his bumper. They're 3 wide for second. Becky maintains the lead for the moment. Chance Maderick to her bumper. Andrew Thornton not far behind. Halfway through, Becky still holding on to the lead, but Chance peeks under. They have contact. Chance goes around. McRecken is around. Brad Ronning gets caught up along with Richard Young, and this is going to come down to Thornton and Becky. Coming out of turn 4, Becky's going to get the white flag one more time. Andrew gets a big run out of 2, but bobbles up the track. Becky goes wide, Thornton underneath, and Becky Snodgrass gets her first ever Jones BS Racing heat win. We've been saying it was coming all season long. On to the consolation heat. Ed Sr. and Brad Ronning on the front row. Jess Childs and Adam Clark have the second row. Ryan McDaniel, Chance Maderick on the third row. Brandon Murphy, Richard Young on the fourth. Matt Moniak and Steven Seams round out the field. Hello, Andrew.
Hi, I was going to be quiet. I didn't want to give you a heart attack.
Another one?
Another one, yeah. Well, I figured I'd come up here and call the B main with you now that I can, unclench my fist from the steering wheel.
Well, you had a few close calls. You had a good run on Becky, just not enough time left to get it done.
After seeing everything else that unfolded in front of me, I was scared to pass her.
Well, I was
afraid I was next.
It was definitely exciting, but you got to hand it to her. She held off everybody and managed to get her first heat win.
Yeah, I think we're going to change her nickname in the league. Start calling her Becky the Bumper.
Well, sometimes it doesn't matter how you get to victory lane as long as you get there.
Absolutely. Yes. Speaking of unlikely people going to victory lane, both Brad and Ed Sr. are fast tonight, so this will be interesting to watch.
Oh my goodness, this could get nuts out here tonight. They're getting ready for the pace car to drop back in. This may be a wild B-main here as pace car is in. Green flag back in the air, and Andrew, who do you like for this one?
You know, if Senior can hold his line on the bottom, and if traffic will hold up Chance Maderick, Senior might be my pick in this one.
Well, Jessica Childs finished 7th in her heat, but showed a lot of speed early on. If she can hold the consistency, she might be able to hold up front. And Ryan came up, gets into her. And they're trying to get 4 wide out of 4.
Some way, somehow, we're all still pointed the right direction and clean and green. But now that moves Maverick up into third place. And the B main here is short distance, only 10 laps to decide it.
Yeah, but Ed Sr. running away. Ryan McDaniel in second. Maverick did just set the fastest lap. Congratulations, Becky. Yes, you did win it.
Yeah, she doesn't even need to get the asterisk. The second place feared for his life and refused to pass her.
Jessica Childs slipping back into 5th, but holding everybody off. Brandon Murphy on the move up to 4th as Ryan and Chance side by side for 2nd. Little blink out of Ryan there. Usually it's Chance that's blinking.
Yeah, bad luck starting to rub off on Ryan, and I was kind of thinking Ryan was going to do a better job of making that thing about 5 lanes wide like he usually does.
Surprisingly, Brian and Ryan have not gotten together yet tonight. Could this be the week that breaks the cycle?
Oh, you just put the commentator's curse on it.
Probably. 2 to go with Ed Sr. out front. Can he hold Maverick off?
I would like to think so, but I think Senior's luck's about to run out.
Well, here we go. White flag is in the air. One more time around. Maverick Peak didn't have it. Goes to the high side. Maverick deep into 3. It's going to be a drag race, and it's Senior at the line.
Wow, I'm actually impressed. From my camera view here, a little bit further towards turn number 1, I thought the Maverick had it.
According to my scoring, double check, but it looks like Ed Sr. got it done.
He sure did. Now that's impressive. And I don't know, I'm not going to pick winners for the feature because I can't be unbiased here.
Well, and you do have to go get in the car.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. So thank you for letting me pollute your airwaves, Doug, and I'll hopefully get to talk to you after.
Good luck, buddy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go, the feature. And man, this is going to be quite a show based on what we have seen. Riley Duncan and Richie Joplin on the front row. David Lux and Becky Snodgrass have the second row. Brian Hewitt, Andrew Thornton on the third row. Nolan Perry, Dean Buck on the fourth. Scott Snodgrass and Vern Spring round out the top 10. Edmund Jones starting in 11th, next to Kyle McRecken Martin in 12th. Ed Sr. in 13th, Chance Maverick in 14th. Brandon Murphy in 15th, Ryan McDaniel in 16th. Richard Young, Brad Ronning, Adam Clark, and Jessica Childs round out the field. Kenny, you're absolutely right. No time to be scared. JR picking Richie Joplin for the win here tonight. And here we go. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air there. Underway in Lanier. And already 3 wide. There goes Andrew Thornton up the middle. Becky, a little problem out of turn 2, losing some ground. Thornton trying to make it work on the outside here. Riley Duncan in the lead, looking to go for the sweep here tonight. But Richie Joplin on his bumper. McRecken back behind, starting to fight his way toward the front. Did lose a little ground at the start. Is now back in 17th. Nolan Perry just set the fastest lap in 5th. Edmund Jones on the move, up 5 spots into 6th, but now Thornton on his bumper. and Ed Sr. has had a problem. And apparently we got a small problem with our ticker. Not my heart. The 97 still in the lead. Richie still right there with them. Riley Duncan still at the front for the moment. Richie Joplin in second. David Lux still holds on to third. One heck of a run for Lux here tonight. Hewitt in fourth. Nolan Perry in fifth. Edmund Jones in sixth. Andrew Thornton in seventh. Scott Snodgrass in eighth. Brandon Murphy in ninth. Chance Maderick now up into 10th. But don't look now, he dropped to 17th early and is now back up into 11th. McRecken is on the move. Adam Clark, Brad Ronning battling back behind for 15th and 16th. Richard Young now up at 3 spots into 14th. Ronning and Clark banging doors back there. Jessica Childs lurking right behind, waiting for an opportunity. Becky Snodgrass, after getting her first heat win, mired back in 13th, trying to make her way back to the front. This is definitely going to come down to who manages the car the best here tonight. This track very flat, not a lot of banking, plus you're dropping down to the apron in the turns, wearing those tires out even more. Brian Hewitt currently in 5th, Ryan McDaniel way back in 20th. He has had problems since the drop of the green. Not sure what has happened to put him 4 laps down at the moment. He has definitely got to be open for a caution and soon to start gaining some ground back. Edmund Jones now up into 5th, having gotten past Brian Hewitt. Chance Maderick now up into 9th. McRecken closing in on the top 10. He was the fastest car on track last time by. Looking down from the blimp, the field's starting to spread out, but the leader's now coming into lap traffic. This is definitely going to shake things up a bit. They had a few laps where everybody was evenly spaced out. Not anymore. Riding along with our leader. No, caution is out. Our first caution of the night. David Lux, Jess Childs involved. There's Jessica Childs up on the high side. She gets a run, but Lux pushes up, gets turned. They get together in the middle of 3 and 4. Minimal damage to both cars. They should be good to go. It has definitely been a very eventful night at Lanier. Not a night we will soon forget. Both championships decided here tonight already. One of the admins getting suspended, and he was battling for the championships, losing his opportunity here tonight. Becky Snodgrass getting her first ever heat win. Ed Sr. pulling off the last chance qualifier win. David Lux winning heat 1. Man, it has just been a wild, exciting night. And still 70 laps of racing to go as they stack back up for the restart. Here we go, pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. Riley quickly trying to clear Richie. Nolan Perry tried to take advantage, get the nose in, couldn't quite get there. Brandon Murphy also on the move, up 8 spots now into 7th, trying to make a move on Hewitt up top. Whoa! Murphy really pushing it out of the turn. McRacken now up into 9th. Let's try riding along with him. Out of turn 4 on the power. Looks to the high side on Thornton. Having to work that wheel. Back on the power. Back down the back straightaway. Back into 3 and 4. Especially in these cars, you never really have them straightened out at this track. Thornton managed to hold him off, and Scott takes advantage. Jessica Childs has had a problem. She has stopped down low in 1 and 2. Jess comes out of turn 4, down on the bottom. Oh, just pushes up into the 11. Snaps around, but quickly gets it out of the racing surface and keeps going. Riley Duncan has led every lap so far. He led every lap of the mini stocks. Qualified on the pole for both races. Fastest in practice in both races. This could be the most dominant sweep we have ever seen if he gets to victory lane here tonight. Whoa, Murphy gets a little squirrely trying to peek underneath Hewitt. McRacken now underneath Thornton as they come out of 4. And wow, McRacken sends it deep through 1 and 2. Murphy now up into 6, Kyle into 7. Riley Duncan and Richie Joplin have their spotters telling them 2 drivers are coming their way. Chance Maderick now up 9 spots into 5th. Maverick also on the attack. Riley Duncan better be saving a little something. He's got company on the way. Chance Maverick right on the back bumper of Edmund Jones and Nolan Perry. Perry managing to hold Edmund off for the moment. Lap traffic coming back into play now. Oh! Maverick gets together, but Edmund saves it. Both drivers keep going, but it did give Perry a little breathing room. Kyle Martin back in sixth, has almost caught up to Chance. He did manage to get past Murphy for the moment. Now Murphy has Thornton on his bumper. Nolan Perry starting to reel in the top two just a little bit. But Edmund Jones now in fourth, closing back up on Nolan. And looks like Adam Clark is headed to pit road. Clark has been having some problems since the drop of the green. And David Lux has had a problem. And the caution is back out, lap 52. There's Lux on the high side on Scott. Oh, he slowed up. He was stuck in the middle. Coming out of four with a lap car on the high side. Checked up and got slammed from behind. Heartbreak for Lux after starting this one so strong. Speaking of David Lux, if you haven't checked out our YouTube channel lately, you might want to. There's a few YouTube shorts of David Lux flying cars. A lot of drivers coming into pit road. This pit road being as long as it is, it's a risky move to bring them in. Have a good night, Ryan. Sorry, buddy. Ryan out of the race, but had no contact with Brian Hewitt tonight. Could the curse be broken? Just past the halfway point, and with these pit stops shaking out, Nolan Perry and Andrew Thornton on the front row. Brian Hewitt, Brad Ronning on the second row. Edmund Jones, Riley Duncan on the third. Kyle Martin, Chance Maverick on the fourth. Richard Young and Vern Spring round out the top 10. The Tenacious two in the top 10. Both Vern Spring and Brad Ronning. Pace car is in. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Andrew Thornton up on the high side. Nolan Perry quickly clears. Brian Hewitt trying to hold on to third. And caution is back out, a multi-car incident. Looks like Ed Sr., Becky Snodgrass, and Brandon Murphy all involved. There's Senior in the 38. Oh, gets in a little too deep, right into Becky's bumper. Murphy just had nowhere to go, but it's worth noting that Becky's husband, Scott Snodgrass, came to defend her honor. There you see, Scott comes and turns Senior around. Obviously accidental, but it was still funny. Well, we know one thing's for sure. Scott came to save Becky in her moment of need. He will not have to sleep outside with the dog tonight. Nolan Perry, Andrew Thornton still have the front row. Saw a few more drivers hit pit road under this caution. Likely the majority just getting right side tires. We'll see if that tire change pays off. The top three have not been into pit road yet. Here we go, pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. Harry gets a great launch out front. Now Riley Duncan battles for second. Riley pitted under that second caution. Andrew Thornton trying to hold on to third, but Edmund Jones peeking under. And don't look now. Chance Maderick, Kyle Martin on the move. Nolan Perry up front, but now has Riley right on his bumper. Riley does have fresher tires, dives it through 1 and 2. And into 3, he is going to clear into the lead. Nolan still hanging in second, shuts the door on Edmund for the moment. Andrew Thornton back and forth, now has Chance Maderick and Kyle Martin right there with him. Vern Spring up into 7th, Brad Roning in 8th. The Tenacious 2, both in the top 10, fighting their way forward. Brandon Murphy got caught up in that last incident, now back in 10th, having lost a lap. Edmund Jones has made his way into 2nd, pushing Perry back into 3rd. But does Edmund have enough to run down and pass Riley Duncan, who has just been the dominator all night? Andrew Thornton and Kyle Martin battling for 5th. McRacken finally clears. Maderick just ahead in 4th. Nolan Perry in 3rd, remember, has not been to pit road yet. So he's got to try and hold on those old tires when everybody around him has fresher rubber. Vern Springs still holding on to 7th. Brad Ronning in 8th. Richie Joplin has drifted back to 9th. But Richie may get a run on Ronning. Something is going wrong with Brad Ronning. He gets it gathered up, but he went high and very slow through 1 and 2 last time by. He's definitely back on the attack, trying to run back down. Riley Duncan out front by almost 9/10 of a second over Edmund Jones. Chance Manerick now up into 3rd. Kyle into 4th. Nolan Perry slipping back into 5th. Chance Manerick may have just lost connection. Up. Chance is back, but in that chaos slips back into 4th. McRecken now to 3rd with 19 to go. Riley Duncan now has a 1-second lead over Edmund Jones. Edmund Jones likely going to be Riley's best friend to get it done here tonight. That 1-car buffer is going to help a lot. But McRecken drifting it out of the turns. Vern Spring back in 7th is gaining ground. He is right on Thornton's back bumper. Thornton, the other driver who didn't change tires. "15 laps to go for Riley Duncan. He now has a 1 1/4 second lead over Edmund, and Edmund is in trouble. Kyle Martin, Chance Manerick, both almost to him. Ed Sr. has brought his car to pit road. Folks, don't forget to come back tomorrow night. More great racing, 9 Eastern. The C12 Motorsports Street Stock Challenge continues. Man, what a great season of racing that has been. Riley starting to get back into some lap traffic. Still holds a 1 1/4 second lead over Edmund. Edmund really in trouble. McRecken is there. Riley shoots clear of Dean Buck. Dean now up into 11th. Richard Young having a great run, up 5 spots into 12th. David Lux, after that heat win, got caught up early. He has drifted back to 13th. Riley Duncan's lead starting to grow again as Edmund and Kyle navigate the lap traffic and each other. Kyle looking low. He sent it deep through 1 and 2 that time. Brad Ronning just ahead is going to impact one of these drivers. Ronning stays high, but McRecken made clear. Edmund fights back on the high, or up top, but can't hold him off. While they battle, Riley Duncan pulls out a 2-second lead. McRecken now in second, but 2.1 seconds back. Riley Duncan comes through 3 and 4. 2 laps to go for Riley Duncan. A dominant performance. Fastest car in both races. Led the most laps in both races. Qualifies on the pole for both races. And in half a lap, he will pull off the most dominant sweep in Jones BS Racing history. Riley Duncan wins at Lanier. McRecken comes home in second. Edmund Jones finishes third and wins the title. Let's talk to our top 3 and our new champ. Well, you come home in third place, but you also bring home a championship tonight.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a bittersweet moment for me because I really wasn't wanting to win it the way I did tonight. I obviously I knew the lead coming in here. I was 31 up, but to have a good friend and a good competitor leave the league, it sucks. But, I honestly, I was going to pull myself out of the championship tonight because of it. But after talking to a few individuals, this has been arguably my best season with JBSRL. And I've worked my butt off for this one. And these guys have made me work my butt off.
They definitely have, man. Congratulations. A great finish tonight. A great championship.
Hey, thanks, Doug.
Edmund Jones comes home in third. McRecken coming home in second. McRecken, I gotta say, you had the biggest fan section tonight. It seems to have helped you. Came from way behind.
Yeah, we had not a great start. I think we started 12th, and we went all the way back to damn near dead last. But then we worked our way up. Did a little high side hustling, took some tires, got some wheel damage, and we're wound up here second.
Man, it was an awesome run. We saw you when you dropped back and were in 18th, stuck up on the high side, and suddenly starts moving forward again. One heck of a run up to the front.
Yeah, thank you. That was fun because, good old saying is loose is fast, and I sure was loose. I don't know how I passed that. I'm going to be quite honest.
I saw you completely out of shape coming out of 4 a few times, man. You were loose, but you held on, and a great finish.
Yes, thank you. And good win to Riley there, and congrats to Ed on the championship. He had one hell of a season, so congrats to him.
And finally, our winner, the Dominator here tonight, Riley. Both practice sessions in the mini stocks and the late models, you were fastest. Qualified on the pole for both races. Led every lap in the mini stock, the majority of the laps here in the late models, and pull off the win in both races. That is a dominant night.
That's the way I like it.
Man, I have to think back. We've seen McRecken pull off a few sweeps, but nobody has ever dominated a night like you did here tonight.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying. I like talking to you.
Well, man, I gotta say, that was a really impressive run. Quite a fight you put out. And a couple of guys got to your bumper once or twice, and you just took off again.
Didn't want to let anybody get too close. I was trying to save my tires there for the first half, but after we had that long run, those 2 long runs, I was kind of like, well, might as well take right sides, and I'm glad I did.
Oh, it definitely paid off, man. Congratulations. That was an epic night, bud.
Thank you.
Wow, what a sweep by Riley Duncan here tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget, tomorrow night, C12 Motorsports Street Stock Challenge. Man, that season has been just as exciting as this one. Wednesday night, the Indy cars are back as well. We'll see you for all of it. Have a great night, y'all.